Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful day to dive into some serious Genoa City drama. Grab your coffee because we have a massive amount of information to unpack right now. So Las Vegas is basically turning into a complete war zone right now. And Matt Clark is the one pulling all the strings. He is turning Sin City into his own personal playground of terror. And it is honestly terrifying to watch. The guy is completely unhinged. He is luring everyone he wants to destroy right into the desert, like a spider catching flies in a web. And he is doing all his dirty work with a smile on his face. We have the latest Y&R spoilers for the week of April 20th, and let me tell you it is absolutely packed with drama. We are talking about Christine Blair surprising Danny Romalotti. We are talking about Nate Hastings connecting with Stephanie Simmons. But before we get deep into all of that lighter stuff, let's talk about the main event, the absolute nightmare that is Sharon and Noah Newman walking straight into a deadly trap. Because Matt Clark is playing for keeps this time, and he wants to wipe out the entire family. Let's rewind a bit to how this all started. Chelsea Lawson made that frantic phone call to Sharon. And you could just feel the panic radiating through the screen. Chelsea was losing her mind. She told Sharon that Nick Newman was missing, and then she dropped the absolute bomb. The lie that Matt told her, that Nick was dead from a drug overdose. Just imagine being Sharon and hearing that over the phone. The father of your children, the man you have loved for decades, dead in a seedy Vegas hotel room. And if that wasn't bad enough, Chelsea also told her that Adam Newman went with Matt to find Nick's body, and now Adam is missing too. So of course Sharon is freaking out. She is completely terrified. Chelsea promised to keep her updated. But waiting is the hardest part. And Sharon is not the type to just sit around and wait while her family is in danger. She has to act. Because what Sharon doesn't know is what Matt actually did. Matt showed up again after attacking Adam, so Adam went with Matt, thinking he was the smart one. Thinking his dark spider persona was going to outsmart this psychopath, but Matt is always 10 steps ahead. Matt led Adam down to this dingy dark storage room, and there was Nick, tied up, unconscious, lying on the cold concrete floor. And Adam, being the brother he is deep down, just panicked. He leaned over to check Nick's pulse, to see if he was really dead like Matt claimed. And that is exactly what Matt was waiting for. Matt grabbed a heavy fire extinguisher. And he just bashed Adam in the back of the head, just a brutal violent attack. And then he locked both Adam and Nick inside that storage room. So now Matt has both Newman brothers exactly where he wants them, trapped, helpless, and completely at his mercy. And then Matt does what Matt does best, he goes back to gloat. He shows up at Chelsea's hotel room. And he is just using this creepy disgusting energy. He starts flirting with her, calling her hot stuff. Just being an absolute creep while she is practically hyperventilating about Adam being gone. And Chelsea is tough. She doesn't back down from guys like him. She gets furious. She accuses Matt of just liking to hurt people, calling him out on his sick twisted games, and Matt doesn't even deny it. He just looks at her and says that Nick and Adam were interfering in things that were none of their business. Like he is the victim here, like they brought this on themselves by trying to stop him. It is pure psychopath behavior. He has zero remorse. And he is clearly enjoying every single second of Chelsea's agony. But the sickest part of his plan is how he is using Nick's phone. So Matt stole Nick's cell phone from the storage room after he locked them in, and he is using it to text Sharon. He is pretending to be Nick, because he knows Sharon will drop everything to help him. He is manipulating her love and her maternal instincts, and Noah is right there with her. Noah has been worried sick about his dad. He has been texting Matt, calling him a coward, demanding he show his face. So Matt decides to just invite them all to the party. He wants to wipe out the whole family in one swoop. He texts Sharon from Nick's phone, telling them he has Matt cornered. Telling them to come to Vegas to finish this, and Sharon falls for it. She texts back that they are on their way. And Matt just smiles, that sick twisted smile. Because his trap is officially set. So Sharon and Noah pack their bags, they jump on a flight to Las Vegas, and you can just imagine the tension on that plane ride. Noah is trying to be the strong protector. He wants to keep his mom safe, but he is also terrified for his dad. And Sharon is just running on pure adrenaline and fear. She is a mother on a mission, and nothing is going to stop her. Not even the fact that they are flying blind into a situation they don't understand. Sienna is probably freaking out back in Genoa City too, because Sienna has been super paranoid about this whole Vegas trip from the start. But Noah and Sharon are laser focused. They land in Sin City, they rent a car, and they follow the GPS to the exact address that Nick sent them. And this is where things get really scary, because the address doesn't take them to a fancy hotel. It doesn't take them to a crowded casino. It takes them to this desolate, creepy abandoned gas station on the outskirts of town. Just a rundown forgotten building in the middle of nowhere. And the moment they pull into the parking lot, all the alarm bells start ringing. Noah admits that this is definitely not what he expected. He says the place looks like it has been abandoned for years. And Sharon is sitting there in the passenger seat. Her gut instinct is screaming at her to run. To put the car in reverse and get the hell out of there, because nothing about this feels right. It feels like a trap from a horror movie, but then the phone buzzes again. Another text from Nick, and this text is the bait. The text urges Sharon and Noah to come inside the building. And the text lies. It says that he has Matt tied up inside, that everything is under control. And Sharon and Noah are desperate to believe it. They are desperate to see Nick alive and well. So they debate whether to go in or stay out, and because it is the most logical thing to do in their panic minds. They decide to go inside, but we all know it is a deadly trap. The behind-the-scenes leaks for Y&R are saying there is going to be a massive explosion. A huge bomb storyline, and an abandoned gas station is the absolute perfect place to blow something up. There's probably leftover fuel, or Matt rigged an explosive device with a countdown timer. He wants to trap Sharon and Noah inside and blow them to pieces. While Nick is locked in a storage room completely unable to save them, it is the ultimate revenge. And let's not forget about Nick and Adam while all this is happening. They are locked in that dark storage room, and Nick is in a really bad way. Matt has been feeding his addiction on purpose. Nick is pumped full of fentanyl and whatever bonus drug he got. He is hallucinating, he is weak, he is barely holding on to reality. And Adam is bleeding from a head wound. They are chained up like animals, and Nick is trying to put on a brave face. Because he is so deep in the addiction hole. But right now in this moment, they are helpless. They have no idea that Sharon and Noah are walking into a literal bomb. They have no idea that Matt is orchestrating a massacre. And the guilt is going to eat Nick alive if something happens to Sharon and Noah because they came to save him. And what about Riza in all of this? Riza Thompson is stuck in the middle of this mess. She has been working with Matt, she thought his name was Ronnie. But now she knows he is a total psychopath. She saw what he did to Adam, she saw the violent fire extinguisher attack. And she is paralyzed by fear, but she also has a gun. She pulled it on Adam earlier. So Chelsea and Sharon are going to need all the help they can get. When Sharon finally gets to Vegas, if she survives the gas station trap, she and Chelsea are going to have to confront Riza. They are going to have to convince Riza to flip on Matt, because Riza has resources in Vegas, she runs things there. And maybe she realizes that if she helps take Matt down, she can take over his whole operation. But right now she is just another pawn in Matt's sick game. So while Vegas is turning into a literal war zone, Genoa City is having its own drama. Let's shift gears and talk about the week of April 20th spoilers, because life goes on back home. And Nate Hastings is about to make a very interesting connection. So Nate is hanging out at the GCAC, just minding his own business. And he overhears someone say the name Dr. Stephanie Simmons. Now longtime fans know Stephanie, she has a lot of history in GC, and Nate knows her name because of his mother, Olivia Winters, so Nate walks over and introduces himself. He tells her he is Olivia's son. And Stephanie is just thrilled to meet him, she praises him up and down. Tells him he grew up to be such a handsome successful man. It is a really nice warm moment amidst all the other chaos on the show, and so Nate and Stephanie end up sitting down and having dinner together. Just catching up on family history and life, but then the conversation takes a turn. Because Stephanie uses this opportunity to talk about her son. She mentions Holden Novak. She drops the bomb that Holden is her boy. And Nate is completely blindsided. He is shocked by this information. Because Nate knows Holden, and he does not like Holden. Holden came to town pretending to be Damian Kane. He lied to everyone. He worked for Kane Ashby. He has a super shady past with Audra Charles. Nate and Devin do not trust Holden at all. But Nate is sitting there across from Stephanie, who is so proud of her son, and Nate makes a choice. He decides to keep his mouth shut. He doesn't reveal Holden's negative past, he just smiles and nods. But you know his brain is working overtime. Especially since Holden is now revealed to be Malcolm Winter's biological son. The family dynamics are getting so complicated, and speaking of complicated relationships, let's talk about Christine Blair and Danny Romalotti. The spoilers say Christine is going to surprise Danny, and this is huge. Danny has been back in town, offering music gigs to Daniel and Tessa. He has been trying to reconnect with his roots. And Christine has always been a massive part of his life. They have so much history. The rock star and the lawyer. It is classic Y&R, so Christine showing up and surprising him is going to bring up a lot of feelings. Are they going to reminisce about the good old days? Is Danny going to try and rekindle that romance? Or is Christine just there as a friend to support him? Either way, seeing them share screen time is always a treat for the fans. It is a nice break from the heavy dark stuff happening in Vegas, but honestly it always comes back to Vegas right now. Because the stakes have never been higher, Matt Clark is not just a villain of the week. He is a legacy villain with a deep hatred for the Newman family. He remembers Nick framing him. He remembers the breathing tube incident. And he has been planning this revenge for years. He wants to break Nick mentally, physically, and emotionally. He wants Nick to watch his family burn while he is too high on drugs to do anything about it. And Sharon is walking right into the fire. She is so driven by her love for her family that she is ignoring her own gut instincts. The abandoned gas station is looming. The bomb is ticking. And we are all just sitting here on the edge of our seats waiting to see who makes it out alive. And you have to wonder about the fallout. If Sharon and Noah get hurt, Nick will never forgive himself. Adam will never forgive himself either because he brought Matt back into their orbit by playing his spider games. And Chelsea, she is going to be furious at Adam for putting them all in this position. The ripple effects of Matt's trap are going to tear the Newman family apart for months to come. So make sure you tune in, because the week of April 20th is going to change everything. We are talking explosions, drug overdoses, secret sons, and returning legends. It is daytime TV at its absolute finest. And we will be right here to break down every single shocking twist as it happens. So stay tuned, keep watching, and let's see how this Vegas nightmare finally ends. It is going to be a bumpy ride, folks.